What's one area you think salon or spa owners overlook when it comes to setting clear boundaries?
I feel like there's a lot of different areas that they overlook with that one, but I think the biggest thing is really themselves, like following them and setting those clear boundaries. They kind of overlook their own rules most of the time, and I think that's why they have such a hard time getting their team to follow along and kind of get in line, as they don't follow along with it themselves.
Yeah, I think you are 1,000,000% correct on that. And once again, I have been guilty of that myself. And so I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying, what I've been through, what I've coached you through, and what we've coached a lot of other people through too. This is a big one to me because I feel like salon owners disagree with us here, but then in the end, they come to find out we were right. Do you think team members actually want more structure, even if they act resistant at first?
Oh, yeah. I think they love to have the structure, even if they don't seem like they want it. As soon as things start working the way they're supposed to, everybody's happier.
Yep. It's definitely true. And I say this all the time, when I'm coaching people, but we as humans, we crave rules. It's the way that we are made. Like rules start from the time you're born almost. And it's just something that we crave as human beings. And when we don't have them, we don't know what to do or how to act. And so a lot of times we act out. It's really, really interesting the way that that works. Okay, so we had a listener question that I wanted to address. And the question is, what do you do when your team is constantly complaining about things they should already know? I think this is a great question. If your team keeps acting confused, it's probably because your expectations, they're not documented. So you need to create some sort of salon or spa playbook that outlines everything from booking policies to daily operations. I mean, everything. You want to review it monthly so that your policies stay fresh. I still, to this day, change mine at least once a quarter. There is something in there that I edit. You have to hold people accountable to exactly what is written in your playbook. Your business is it's never too small for systems. It is probably struggling because it doesn't have enough of them. All right, Chandra, have you ever dealt with a team that seemed confused, but it was really just leadership communication issues at the bottom of it?
Oh, yeah. I think we've dealt with that a lot in our coaching, and I dealt with it myself personally before I implemented a lot of that stuff. That's that chaos, that out of control feeling that you get when you don't have those things in place. And yeah, my team, when we started implementing it, there was growing pains for sure, but they love it. And they're big rule followers, and they're always, making sure I know they follow the rules. They're like, I did this, I got this done, So I think once you start putting that stuff in place, everything changes. And that's like for myself too. Like I've been there, we've been through all of those changes, and it's been so much better now than it ever was.
Yeah, I'm honestly shocked by the amount of salon and spa owners that don't have a handbook or a playbook, you can call it whatever you want to, but they just don't have it. Or they've had one that has been in place for 20 years. It's never been revised. And yes, you were one of them. It's never been revised. And they just expect people to read this 800-page, handbook or playbook without training and walking through and explaining and doing all of the things that you need to do. Look, if I was an employee and when I started coaching people, that's kind of how I always looked at it. I looked at it from all of my mistakes, but I also looked at it from an employee standpoint. I promise you, there were times I would not even work for myself. I wouldn't have read the handbook that I had for people without having some way to train on it and understand it and know it. There is no way. Especially when people give it to you like your first day on the job, and then you have to get to work, and then you work every day after that, right? It just makes things really, really confusing. So definitely get that in place if you do not have it. Chandra, what's the best way to start with something like a handbook or a playbook?
I mean, just start documenting the things that you want your salon, how you want your salon or spa to run. Like start putting those things down. How do you want these things to be handled from every aspect of how they answer the phone, what rules you want to be followed, how you want them to treat the clients. Literally every single policy that you think that you want your salon to have, just start documenting it. It seems daunting and it seems overwhelming. Once you just start actually sitting down, taking your thoughts and being like, okay, this is how I want this to be done. Just write it down and it's done. Then you just put it together in a book, and it's actually not as hard as it seems. But I think people get stuck because they're like, oh, there's too much stuff to put in here. But you just start doing it, and then it just kind of grows and it takes, comes into itself.
Yes. And once you get it created, utilize it. Don't just create it and have it sitting somewhere. Definitely utilize it.